So we're on our second activity here, and we're going to be doing some drop caps and shapes. So we are going to position our insertion mark in our heading. And then we are going to go into our paragraph group into borders. So click on our list arrow here. And we need to get into the border dialog box. Actually, there's a couple ways you can do it, but we can go down to borders and shading and get into the dialog box that way. And what we would like is for a single line border. So you want to make sure a line is selected. And we want for the color that dark turquoise. And then we want that border to go at the bottom. So we're just going to click over here at the bottom. And then we're going to click OK. And that gives us a nice colored border. Now we're going to go down to Arid Ventures, and we're just going to click, and we can press F4 to apply that. And we're going to do the same thing to deep sea submarines, snorkeling fantasies, and bicycle safari. I'm just pressing F4 to apply that line. Now we're going to go all the way back up to our first paragraph. We're going to click right before the very first sentence. And what we want is for a drop cap. And for those of you that don't know what a drop cap is, it's typically the first letter that's quite a bit larger than the other letters in the sentence and paragraph. So to create this drop cap, let's see, we're going to go to Insert. And way over here in the text group is where drop caps are located. And so you can see we have a couple different choices. We have dropped or in margin, and you can see how the position of that large letter changes depending on which one we pick. And we are going to select dropped, which is actually more typical. If you see a drop cap, it usually is inside the paragraph like this. And we're going to click away from that S. And our next little step here, I think we're going to save real quick. And our next step is to insert a text box on our first page. So we still need to be in the insert ribbon. And we're going to insert kind of a pre-formatted text box. So here we've got text box, and we're going to click the arrow, because that's going to give us a menu of quite a few pre-formatted ones. And the one they would like us to pick is Austin Quote. So we're going to go ahead and pick that one. And you'll notice that it actually adds this little quote box in the middle of your paragraph. And we will be positioning it, so don't worry about that. Right now, we're just going to worry about getting the text in there. So I'm going to quick key it in. Whoop. And let me fix that. All right, so here is our little quote. And we're going to do a little bit of styling to this little box that is around our quote. And so let's go ahead and select that. We should be under Drawing Tools and Format right now. And one thing you're going to want to pay attention to here is that we've got shape styles and we've got word art styles. Anything you do in word art styles is going to affect your text. And right now we are modifying our shape. So we want to be over in this shape style section. And we're going to click on the More button for the shape styles. Okay. And if you point and pause, you'll see that it is actually affecting the shape. And what we want is the Subtle Effect Aqua Accent 5. So we are in column 6, and we are in row 4. Okay, so it would be this one. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. And I've already selected my dashed line and made it a solid line. And now what they would like us to do is change the text fill. So we're no longer over in the shape section. Now we're going to move over into the text section. And for the text fill, they want a darker color. So they want this dark turquoise that's in the lower right corner. So we're going to pick that. And then the text is going to show up better once you do that. And we're also going to boldface this. So you can just press Control and B. The letter B, that is the keyboard shortcut for bold. And they want us to decrease the size a little bit. So the shortcut for decreasing size is Control. I'm going to press Control. I'm going to press Shift. So now I've got both Control and Shift pressed down. And I'm going to press the less than key. So this is the little arrow that points to the left. I'm going to press that one time. And that will make it a little bit smaller. The last thing they want us to do, this looks like it's to the shape itself. So now we're not in the text section anymore. We bounce back over to the shape. Okay, so we are going to go into the shape effects. They want us to apply a glow. And they want a turquoise 5-point glow. So we've got to figure out which one that is. And it looks like this one. So it's just a little glow around the outside of the box. They would also like us to have a bevel on this, which tends to make it look a little bit 3D. So we're going to go into Shape Effects again. Go to Bevel. And the default is for no bevel. And what they would like us to pick is the circle bevel, which is this one right here, the very first one. And you can see how it makes it look a little bit 3D. So if I point back to none, it's flat. And when I choose bevel, it appears to be raised. So we're going to go ahead and pick that. Now they would like us to adjust the width of our box. So we're still in the Drawing Tools format. We're going to go over to the right, and for the width, which is this one, you're going to key in 2.9 and press Enter. Now to get the text to wrap around this, we could use the Smart Tag, which is what I normally do, or you can come up here and select Wrap Text. Okay, either method, you are going to see the tight option, and that is the one they want us to pick. And now that we've got the text wrapping around it, we're going to position on the border. And once you see that four-headed arrow, you can left drag. And we are simply going to move this kind of below our border. We want the border to show. Okay, and we're moving it over onto the right-hand side. And it actually looks like they want it down in the Arid Ventures section. So we are going to be actually moving it below that border. Get this in the right spot. So we are in the second section. And we are to the right of the bullets. Okay, so I'm going to move it up just a little bit. Because we want this paragraph to go all the way across, we also want our line to show. So kind of want to be to the right of this little section here. And now we are going to go to the very bottom. We're going to press Control and End. That puts us at the very bottom of the document. And we're going to press Enter a couple times because that'll give us a little room. And we're going to be inserting a shape down here. So we're going to go into our Insert ribbon, and we're going to click on the shape arrow. And they would like us to choose the beveled shape. So it's this one. You see how it looks kind of raised? This is the one that they would like. And then they want us to click where our insertion point is. So that actually puts the little square in there. And they want us to style this. So again, we should be in the Drawing Tools Format ribbon, and we're dealing with the shape. So we're going to click on the More button for the shape style. And they would like Subtle Effect Aqua Accent 5, which is column 6 and row 4. So should be right here. I'm going to pick that one. And then we're going to adjust the height and width. So for the height, they want 1.5. And for the width, they want 5.5. And then they would like us to center this lovely rectangle. So in the text group here, or excuse me, arrange group. We're going to go to Align, and we're going to center this, or actually distribute horizontally, because it's the horizontal measurement that we need to change. And what distribute horizontally does is it just puts an even amount of space on either side. Now, with the shape selected, we can just start typing, and our text is going to go right inside. So we're going to go ahead and start typing. Okay, so sign up today for your Hawaiian adventure. And then we're going to format our text a little bit. So I'm just going to triple click on it to select it. And then we can just use our home ribbon to format. So we're going to bump up the size to 14. And we're going to change the font color to dark blue, which is down here on our standard colors. And we're also going to apply bold and italics to that text. And at this point, we are done with our document. And so we'll kind of scroll up, taking a last look at it. So we're going to save it, and we are going to close it.